I don't really believe in like the whole universe stuff.
Yeah, I believe in science. I don't like believe in the whole universe and stuff.
It's funny because I was born in 1978 and I was born the week of Jonestown. I was born the same week Jonestown happened. So I think that was this other weird part of me. So the Kool-Aid stuff that happened in Jonestown, in Africa, or not in Africa, where was that? In South America? Was it Africa?
I love reporting on cults, especially the one that happened the week I was born, Jonestown, in Africa.
When I was growing up, you know how like your parents, like I don't have a baby book for my son, but you know how people will have baby books? Like,
Remember all of us had baby books? Remember all the things we read in them and we saw in them? Yeah, I don't want to give that kind of memory to my kid.
at least they did when I was growing up. And my mom had like newspaper clippings and stuff. Then there was these like clippings from the Jonestown stuff because it like happened within a week of my birth.
I know what you're thinking, and no, I'm not Jim Jones reincarnate. And not for nothing, if I were, would you really want to mess with me?
I've learned all of this by myself. I don't even watch tutorials. I just figure it out on my own.
It's not just editing either. I mean, I learned everything about the law concerning my law case. I'm ready for you now, Saltsy.
You guys, there's 81, 82 dislikes and 31 likes. I swear, my likers don't like.
You guys, where are my likers at? You're not liking.
So help those ratios out. It's obscene. They do. I hope the haters know that their dislikes still help, and it doesn't really matter if you are disliking or liking, because at the end of the day, I'm still making AdSense and this channel is still growing.
This would be true if what I cared about was money, but what I'm really after is your adoration.
So I'm going to be doing some questions here and answers. And I'm just going to get this out to my members real quick before we get into this. And I do apologize. It's really, really cold here. And so I might have to turn my camera off a couple times and potentially blow my nose. It's like 0 degrees here and my nose has been kind of running all day.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, because it's cold. Even though I never leave the house because of my son, and it has to be 72 degrees in here year round because of my son.
All right, so before we do that, I'm going to do that right now, and I'm going to go grab a tissue. I will be right back, and we'll get started. I said, ask me something. You can see that.
See? I'm not lying.
So I'm going to go in and see what you guys asked me. Oh, there's a lot of questions. Whoa.
Why are you guys so nosy? It's like you're obsessed with me.
So the first question comes from Lara, and she wants to know where I grew up. So there's her question.
See, I'm not lying.
And then Cindy wants to know, how is your family coping with this virus crap? I need some ideas on how to occupy these kids. So we are obviously doing the best we can. We live in an area that's pretty conservative. And so unfortunately, a lot of people around us haven't really been taking things very seriously.
It's like they're trying to kill us. That's a hate crime.
Vaughn is in school, so he does his online school every day. And, we get him a lot of coloring books. He does a lot of imaginary play.
Well, I mean, he's at school. His imaginary friends. And we bought him coloring books. Yep, that's how he spent the past year.
What is your dream vacation? No restrictions at all. Specific places you'd love to visit, adventures, etc. I would love to go to Australia.
Remember when all of you guys down under were so worried about polytomy that you had a banner from your country? Hold my wine.
and traveling is so exhausting to me.
You don't get it. I mean, it's such a privilege to not know how exhausting traveling is.
I don't know anything. What developing nation would you visit if given the opportunity, and why? Rebecca, I'm not actually answering questions right now.
Well, I mean, I am, just not answering your question.
It is Jim Jones drinking the Kool-Aid.
Really? I thought we already covered this.
I feel like people are constantly trying to tell me that I can't like someone.
Yeah, that's my job. Stay in your own lane.
And I think it's weird that creators try to tell their audiences not to like people. And I think it's weird that audience members try to tell me who I can and cannot like. It's not a helpful question. What was my childhood like? I have a brother. I played tennis and softball and basketball, and I played softball and I played tennis. I was smart, studious. I had a lot of friends. I had a lot of boyfriends on the honors society. I did youth in government.
I was horrendously bullied because of my ADHD. I get into like arguments and stuff with everyone in school, and I would like fight with the guys that were like, and I grew up with a lot of very racist boys, but people were really, really ignorant there. I didn't really fit in. I never dated the boys in high school. So long story short, I left St. Anthony and I never looked back, and I will never go to a high school reunion. I have zero friends that I talk to from high school. I literally hate St. Anthony.
Why you always lying?
How do I stay sane on crazy days? I don't know what that means.
I don't.
Do you appreciate my supporters?
Well, I mean, define appreciate.
Go to coffee or tea order when you go somewhere. I drink coffee black. When will you just stop?
How did that get in there?
Take a break, Katie. You're hurting your case.
Listen here, motherfucker.
If you could film a video with anyone, who would it be? I don't know. I don't really feel like answering that.
And besides, do I really need to answer that? I mean, of course the answer is myself. But if I say that, then somebody's going to have something to say.
Many men need lessons from you.
Very funny. Okay, which one of you guys is going around telling people I'm a man?
Oh, from my husband?
Okay, which one of you guys is now going around telling people my husband's a man?
Yeah, my husband, I mean, we have our ups and downs, but we love each other. And I think that's what matters. He's my best friend.
And even though he may need to be rescued, he's not here against his will.
Hold on one second.
I see you. Peekaboo, you fuck.
I have to work. This is my job.
And really, who's going to fire me anyways? I mean, who pays my salary? My viewers. They're gonna fire me?
One person says that I need to stop working. That's literally ludicrous. And it's also not accurate.
Depending on your mathematics, it might have been more than one.
There was a bunch of questions about Emily Baker, but I just, I'm not going to answer those.
Oh, I'll answer them. How about you tell that bitch?
What would you do if you didn't do this?
Nice try, but I'm not going anywhere.
What other YouTubers have had the most influence on you?
Steve McRae.
What is the best piece of advice you could give a newbie YouTuber?
Learn to use the word allegedly and the phrase in my opinion.
Everything that you say and don't say can get twisted. And so just, try not to react to it, which I know is hard for me sometimes, and I'm trying to get better at. You can't stop people from having an opinion or speculating about your life.
No, you can't stop them, but you can become obsessed with it, and you can harass them, and you can make video after video after video and Twitter post after Twitter post about them until they do nothing but talk about you.
Just remember that just because people don't like you, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's YouTube. It's social media. It's not like you really need to have good relations with your viewers or even other YouTubers. It's not like this business is built on relationships or anything.
Especially in the last few months, because I have 9 million eyes on me that I didn't ever have on me before.
By 9 million eyes, I don't mean that I'm suddenly going to have Tati's 9 million subscribers watching me. No. What I mean is Salty's watching me, and we all know that he's underneath his skin suit, he's really a reptilian with 9 million eyes.
But why do I feel so confident about everything that's going on in my life?
Prescription strength amphetamines are a wonderful drug.
I don't think children should be on YouTube.
Well, unless I'm reporting about them, of course.
I don't think children should be exposed to the kind of hate that comes with this kind of job.
Well, unless that hate comes from me shaming them for an abortion or me calling them a liar and a brat for abuse allegations.
I've always wondered why you private some of your lives and then they screen record. There are clips out there of the live that is gone. Then you feel taken out of context.
Well, aren't you a special little bit?
I private what I want to private, and that's my choice.
Exactly. And there's nothing you or some sodium-filled attorney can do about it.
I private a lot of stuff just to keep my channel clean.
Yep. Free and clean of any evidence.
What I want to private. It's really nobody's business. And
Exactly. If there's like evidence and shit on my channel that shows I'm guilty of this lawsuit, I have every right to hide that from all of my subscribers and viewers. It's not your business.
get so overwhelmed and annoyed by the overwhelming negativity in the questions sometimes. It can be very daunting.
You have no idea how overwhelming it is for me to be questioned about my actions and have to face answering people and answering for the shit I've done. Knock it off.
People assume that I've privated something because I'm doing something wrong, or I'm hiding things, or I'm not.
Exactly. Just because I end up hiding something doesn't mean I'm hiding something.
There's a lot of creators that private content.
Exactly. And the fact that they're not facing a huge lawsuit for defamation doesn't really matter.
Maybe ask those people too.
Yeah, why don't you go bother them and go fuck.
Do you have any deep dives planned in the future? I don't know, actually.
What, do you want to see me catch another case?
They will take you out of context because they don't have reading comprehension skills.
Yeah, like viewers are kind of dumb, yo.
Instead of just focusing on me. I think about people like Don Lemon and Anderson Cooper.
Because that's clearly the class I am also in.
I actually just answered this question.
Hey Jen, how about you start paying attention?
I'm pretty exhausted with the negative questions, so I'm just not going to answer any more negative questions anymore.
Okay, for granted the questions may not really be negative, but the answers you're making me give are not a positive experience for me.
I'm not going to answer any more demands for the truth.
Because you can't handle my truth. I mean, the truth.
Do we have to just believe someone because what they said is true? Or do you have to go by evidence?
Because if it's by evidence, I'm screwed.
People say that I talk a lot, but I really don't. I don't really say much. You have no idea.
Imagine what I would say if I had no restrictions.
And give this video a thumbs up.
Enough with the thumbs down already.
Start to think about, maybe as an audience perspective, to stop asking me negative questions and think about positive things that you can talk to me about. Or
I only give you guys homework like this because I care about you. I mean, you have to learn how to come at me the right way. Otherwise, I will make you pay. Now do your homework. Okay, that's the end. And now it's time for member shoutouts. I want to thank Angie Dare1, Poodlerific, Larissa M, T King, Tina Collery, Rena Rue, Yoo-Hoo Shoo, Claire S, Lizzie Stardust, Noelani, Babibbity Babbity Boo, Holly B, Jen Gerard, Sensibly Morbid, Chanley Dish, Chicken Cakes, Lady Law, Susan, Crystal, Pink Flamingo, and Stacy Bloomberg. Thank you all so much for joining, and thank you everyone for watching. Have a good night.